Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing about Sai Silks Kalamandir. So let's first understand the business model. Like if this company is a very new company, it came out with its IPO recently. Before Q2, it came out. So Q2 is the first result. It has a result time where the management of the company has been interacting with the with the investors. So let us understand what this company does. So Sai Silks Kalamandir jo hai, they sell saris. Particularly, they sell these kind of the heavy how do I put this, designer wear heavy saris which are used in your weddings and festivities. Those kind of saris, right? Like special, like you would know this Kanchipuram, Banarasi saris and all. These are the kind of saris that they sell, right? A little bit about the founder, if I have to talk about his the MD of the company, that is Prasad Chowdhury. He started this company in 2005. So earlier he was a software engineer working in the US, and he missed his home. He came back and he wanted to start a business here, and he wanted to focus on the retail area and especially in the sari area, because here he realized that there is a lot of unorganized market, and there was no organized place where people could go and shop. There was no particular brand where people could go and shop for saris, right? I think I can speak for, I think if you're from Bangalore, I think it is something that you people can relate is, let's say there are two kinds, right? One is a really good saris and the other is not so good saris. If you want the designer wear high saris, where do you go to the likes of this Sabyasachi's and Manish Malhotra's, right? That is too high end. Now there are other people also who would want to wear certain kind of luxurious saris, but then there is no a brand, there is no a designer wear, right? They would have to go to this unorganized market which is in Chickpet. I think if you're in Bangalore, you would know Chickpet is very famous, for wedding wears. You can go and get like 100 saris in bulk and get a lot of discount, right? So there was a huge gap, right? One, either you have to go to this very small markets and do a shopping, or you go to the high end designer brands. So to bridge the gap is what they started this brand of theirs called Kalamandir. Yeah, and right now they have around 5,000 plus employees. They also have okay, I have a small notes, but anyways, they have like around 5,000 plus employees, and they work with around 4,000 weavers throughout the country. Okay. Now coming to their brand in specific, right? अगर आप उनका product portfolio देखते हो, around two-thirds of their product portfolio is only saris, right? Very specifically saris only they sell, and the other one-third is the daily wears hoga, ya daily wears such as kurtas and other items. ठीक है, but majority comes from saris. इस saris में भी actually I think given last year's revenue, अगर आप FY23 का revenue देखते हो, around 67% has been saris and the rest has been your daily wear, daily wear. Even in terms of saris also, in this 67% that we're talking about, 80% of this comes completely from your that occasion wear saris, something that you wear for festivities or weddings and wedding functions. And the other, agar aap dekhte ho, the other 20% is the light saris that you call it, which you'll use for daily wear kind of saris. This is what it is. Taken. Now here also there are four kind of brand. When you talk about Sai Silks Kalamandir, there are four different brands under their name. Okay. First is Kalamandir. Okay. In Kalamandir, if you go in that store, they have the saris can range in between, like let's say 1K to 1 lakh. Okay. The maximum amount that goes is 1 lakh, and you'll find difference like call that Kota and Georgette kind of sari. Then they have another brand called Varamahalakshmi. Here, Varamahalakshmi is a little bit of a bit premium brand where they sell this ethnic silk saris. Okay? And here, like that handloom sari, specifically here it's for wedding occasions such as Kanchipuram, Kuppadam, Banarasi. And here it ranges from 4K to 2.5 lakhs. Then they have is Mandir. Mandir is ultra premium designer, and it is mainly for HNIs, and the sari ka cost also goes up to 3.5 lakhs. And last they have is KLM Fashion. KLM Fashion is like a value range brand. Like I told you, more of like it has all this, like I told you, daily wear saris, fusion wear saris, even also western wear for both men, women, and children. And this the usually this value range brand ka product starts from 200 rupees. It can range up to 75 also. Okay. So four brands: Kala Mandir, Varma Lakshmi, Mandir, and KLM, both targeting. The only difference is the kind of saris that are provided, and of course the price point to which they cater. So basically, Sai Silks right now, what they're trying to do is they're trying to cater every section of the society with their brands. Whether it is Kala Mandir, Varma Lakshmi, Varma Lakshmi Mandir, yeah, KLM. Again, coming back, if you are in Bangalore, if you stay, I think even I didn't know this, that KLM and Kala Mandir belongs to the same brand. I mean, I think during my college days, I used to pass by this Kala Mandir and KLM so many times, but I didn't know both of them belong to the same brand. Like if you stay somewhere in that Martali Bridge area, you will see that towards the left side you'll have the Kala Mandir ka store, and to the right side you have this KLM ka store. So if you're in Bangalore, I think you'll this is one of the prominent brands you can tell, right? So now let's come back to the numbers and see how this how the result has been. If you look, of course, Q2 May the result has been very weak. One of the reasons being it is a monsoon season that is there. The second is, right, usually what happens, I do not know if it is very prevalent in the north of India. Where in south of India, there is no weddings conducted during this monsoon period because they call it as Ashada, right? So it is not a great season for weddings. So usually this season you do not see a lot of weddings. But in the later after this Ashada season, that is in Q3 is where you'll see a lot of weddings. So Q3 ka sales are higher. So and also this time Ashada was very long, right? I think what is it called in Hindi? It's called Ashada in Kannada. I don't know what is it called in Hindi. Uh, Anyways, forget it. I don't know, but in QSR also it was mentioned. But anyways, coming back, let's not digress. Yeah, so Q2 ka sale has been lower because of these two reasons, okay? But also, having said that, the numbers are not that impressive. If you look at the revenue has grown by 6% on a year-on-year basis, and agar aap PAT dekh ho, PAT also has grown by 33.3% on a year-on-year basis, okay? Now, one of the reasons your PAT is so high is because these products that they sell are high gross margin products, because you're selling a premium product, na, to gross margin to yahan pe high hoga hi. That is another reason. PAT margins also has improved from 5.6 to 7%, but the single digit top line is a bit of disappointing. Okay? Now, if you look, one of the reasons also ki like this top line has been in a single digit growth is because they have a huge store in Chennai. Okay? I think in Chennai called Mylapore in Mylapore, and here what has happened is around the store there is this metro car work that is happening, and because of that the store had to be shut. So because the store being shut and not being operational, there has been a 15 to 20 crore ka impact. Now let us say I add this, let's say I add this 15 to 20 crore ka sale back to the top line. Even then also, if you see, Q2 ka sale would have been around 13%. Now again, maybe 13% on a lean quarter, probably it would be greater if it is a not lean quarter. It is something to wait and watch. Okay? Um, um, yeah, and also another reason is, like we've seen in any consumption industry, yeah, any QSR ka space, this Q2 has been very very weak compared to other. One is of course because of Adhik Mas that has been very long. Adhik Mas. It is called Ashada in Kannada, Adhik Mas in Hindi. Anyways, because Adhik Mas is very long, and the other reason is because of festivities, right? Because like I mentioned in my paints video, if you've seen, last time at least Diwali came a bit early in October. Right now it has been shifted to, so a little bit of sale happened in Q2, right? Right now the entire festivities are shifted forward by a month. As a result, Q2 is even drier than last Q2. Okay? So both of this has really impacted the revenue. Okay? Now what is most important is ye Q2 ka season hai, lean quarter hai, and all of that story is fine. Let us see aage ka kya ho raha hai. If you look at their IPO proceeds, right? So the company has two plans. One hai unka ek pehla hai 300 crores ka debt hai. First, they want to take this 50 crores from IPO and they want to reduce the debt. I think they're spending around 50 crores in reducing the debt. But other than that, all of the IPO money, the majority of the IPO money is going into expansion mode. That is into putting up new stores, expanding and everything. Okay? Another interesting fact is, if you look at all the stores, whether it is Kala Mandir, Varma Lakshmi and everything, it was the store was started in Hyderabad. Okay? And then they moved into different regions of South India. Even here also, even as of now, right now they operate, I think, only in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Bangalore. I think only in 3 out of 5 states in South India, not other states. And even in Tamil Nadu, I think, actually they operate in 4 out of 5 states in South India. But even in Tamil Nadu, they're not really, there in every corner and nook of the city. They've just started recently in Tamil Nadu, and this is where they see a lot of potential. Another thing is, like, जो आपका साड़ी का market है, like पूरा साड़ी का market है, 50% of the साड़ी का sale, साड़ी का demand comes from the south of India, ठीक है? And that is why they feel like, there is still way more opportunities here than, let's say, even expanding in the north of India, ठीक है? So coming here, whatever the, I think, 130 crores from IPO that is there, they want to set it up by putting up 30 stores. So as of right now, as of Q2 FY24, they have 54 stores. Okay? 54 stores. And going forward, in a span of 2 years, 18 months to 2 years, they want to open 30 stores. ठीक है? And if you look at this 30 stores का अगर आप देखते हो, store expansion rate comes up to 24.5 CAGR. ठीक है? That is what it comes up to. So if you look at their guidance and their store expansion rate, it matches, almost it matches. अगर आप यहाँ पे भी देखोगे, whatever the store that they're targeting this premium brand का stores, not even Kala Mandir, but वो वर्मा लक्ष्मी का जो मैंने बोला था, where the product ranges from 4K to 4K to 2.5 lakhs. This is where they want to, these are the kind of stores they want to open. I think out of the 30 stores, they want to open 25 stores of Varma Lakshmi and 5 stores of Kala Mandir. This is what they're targeting, because Varma Lakshmi, it becomes profitable soon, since the gross margins is higher here and products are a bit pricey, right? And all of these 30 stores, which they're opening in the span of 18 months to 24 months, it will be opened in Tamil Nadu. Like I told you, right now they are there only in this 4 states: Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. Even in these 4 states, if I have to talk about, especially even in Karnataka, if you have to talk about, they're not even there in like every district of Karnataka. They're only in Bangalore. Even in Bangalore also, if you see, they're hardly there in like 2 or 3 locations in Bangalore. And Bangalore itself is so huge, right? If you're from Bangalore, if you're staying in Hebbal, you won't even bother traveling to Whitefield, right? That is how it is. So I think only Bangalore people will get that joke. But anyways, that is so right now the whatever. Anyways, right now the opportunity for them to expand only in the south of India, that is more. So the next 2 years, the entire focus will be to go into Tamil Nadu and entrench and go there and expand, because wahan pe there is a lot of unorganized market and they're shifting from organized to unorganized market there. Okay? And like I told you, right now they're only in 4 states and 12 cities, and they want to go in more and more exploring these only, right? They don't right now, as of now, they have no, at least for the next 2 years, they do not have any plans to go towards the north of India. Like I told you, जो भी 30 stores है वो सिर्फ तमिल नाडु में खोल रहा है. After this, again they can expand in Kerala also. That is one state they haven't even touched. ठीक है? And जो भी अब तक जो था 57 stores था, like until Q2 FY24, before the IPO, all of this were company owned and company operated stores. ठीक है? Nothing else. Right now, this 30 stores they're going to put up, it can, they are probably trying to look even as a combination of COCO as well as FOCO, right? And I think the more they go into FOCO, the more it will be the better it will be for expansion mode. They can get more scalability, right? Scalability is a or bhi badega, because the local people would know the geographies, would understand the culture, the dynamics even better than the company itself. So this is one thing they're also focusing on. Okay? So all in all, if I have to tell you, like, see, I can't judge the Q2 numbers, because consumption based businesses Q2 numbers could be weak. But having said that, I think Q3 numbers are a reflection of where the business could be heading. Okay? But all in all, there are positive points about this business, as well as there are negative points. Okay? First positive point is the fact that they sell a premium product, so the gross margins are higher, right? The second thing is, like, okay, there is a decent amount of top line and bottom line, not that great, but okay, okay? Like, it is manageable. Third is they're doing the capex, they're doing the how do I put this, they're doing the capex, there is a demand for their product also, right? Saris are something, if you are when you're looking for festivities and other seasons, there is no alternative for, like, how do I put this, these high-end saris, right? Like, especially the silk saris and everything. If you come to the south of India, you would know there people look at this also as a kind of an investment. It is a matter of pride. So even the product also, it is okay. Now let us come to the negative parts, right? If you look at the negative parts, unka agar same store sales growth dekhte ho, in this quarter the same store sales growth is around -5%, which is a huge red flag. So whatever the revenue growth is coming at the end of the day, the top line is going to come because you are expanding. क्योंकि अगर जब आप नया store खोलते हो, वहाँ पे एकदम क्या होता है, like, there is a, because it is a very new in that area, it is a local in that very new product in that area, people rush to buy from that place. So that initial hype comes, right? And after a year, the store normalizes the growth. So as a result here, especially when you're selling a premium product, right, the volume growth is going to come from that same store sales growth only. So that you need, see, whenever you look about any business, especially consumption business, you need both volume growth and value growth. ठीक है? और यहाँ पे आपका growth जो आ रहा है, it is only coming from, आपका volume growth जो आ रहा है, it should come from your existing stores as well as, because आप कितना ही stores डालते रहोगे, like I told you, right, it is a premium thing. They can't go add in every goddamn location they want, right? They ultimately, there is also a reason ki, like, they couldn't expand into like T3 cities, because nobody in T3 cities will spend so much, right? You could probably put up a Kala Mandir or a KLM. You can't put a Varma Lakshmi and Mandir stores over there. So as a result, the existing stores to be making, they have to be having high same store sales growth compared to the new store. So that is a huge red flag, the fact that the same store sales growth is -5%. And going forward, probably by the end of the year, that is by H2, when the H2 is over, the company is targeting around the same store sales growth to be around 3 to 4%, which is again mediocre. I would say it is very mediocre. It is very mediocre. Okay? So when I look at the business model, of course, what excites me is the fact that there is capex happening, there is distribution happening, they're going into new locations. Okay? But somehow I feel this the I mean, see, when you look at the store expansion, it is coming at around 24.5%, right? It is great, but somehow I feel it is very difficult to translate the store expansion into top line, because जो भी उनका आगे का जाके growth आएगा, it is only going to come from this. It is similar stories to, like, although the product is different, but similar stories to like Go Colors. Go Colors का भी आपने वही देखा होगा, right? कि like जो भी ग्रोथ आ रहा है वो आ रहा है क्योंकि वो लोग आगे का स्टोर ऐड करते ही जा रहे हैं, ऐड करते ही जा रहे हैं, और जो एग्जिस्टिंग स्टोर है वो तो नेगेटिव सेम स्टोर सेल्स ग्रोथ में ही है, एंड एब्सोल्युटली डिग्रोथ, वॉल्यूम ग्रोथ भी is around in the, I think, -4%. So the minute Sai Silks probably stops that expansion of stores, the top line also will not be there, right? That is one of the risk that this business possesses. Okay? Like, one of the main risk I would say the business possesses is the fact that it is completely dependent on this. The other thing is, when you look at the entire south of India, I understand that like 50% of the sari market is in India. But having said that, also the competition is there from both unorganized as well as organized segment. Because अगर आप unorganized में देखते हो, when you talk especially about weddings, right, you have to buy so many saris. So if you go to these local players that are there, you get a lot of discounts. Okay, that is number one. And the policies are very different there compared to here. The other thing is, in the organized sector, maybe the competition come nahi hai. And there are quite a few local brands such as Nalli's, Pothys, and Jai Lakshmi in the south. Again, prominent brand only, just like how Kalamandir is, very prominent. Okay? And everybody has their own preference. And I think one thing I've observed here, just by seeing my mom or seeing my aunt and other ladies in my family shop, is once they buy a sari and once they like that, once they like that sari and they see that quality is good in that particular shop, they keep going only to that shop only. They don't even switch. They don't even care, for a matter of fact, like किसी और जगह में कि like थोड़ा कम दाम में मिल रहा है, because these are silk saris, right? And like I told you, they want it to be there for a very long time. The quality really matters. So once they get attached to that brand, it is only that brand that they go to. So that brand loyalty comes to these customers. Okay? So the competition is very fierce, and I'm telling you, fierce cutthroat competition from both the ends. The last thing is, of course, the important risk is, अगर आप sarees का भी देखते हो, I understand these people are very niche, right? Because they're only selling for festivities and wedding wear occasions. Extremely niche. पहले आप साड़ी बेच रहे हो, उस पे भी niche पे बेच रहे हो, ठीक है? वो है. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है कि like, look at today the people around you. How many of them wear sarees? A lot of women wear western wear clothes, or even if they're not wearing western wear clothes, also they are wearing this normal sarees, or the churidar and kurta. That is where the trend is more than sarees. Sarees is something that you're buying once in a blue moon. Even in that case, when you're talking about festivities, even when you're talking about this wedding wear disease, when you talk about it, a lot of them are also wanting to wear different kinds, right? Some people are wearing gowns, some people are wearing lehenga. So day by day, that funnel is becoming way too smaller for this category. Okay? Like, I think you will also see certain wedding trends, right? You go see a bride is wearing lehenga today way more than the sari. So overall, that market size is what is there is shrinking, right? You will see, ultimately, like I always keep telling, wherever you put the shark, it depends on the environment. If you put the shark in the ocean, it will grow up to the size of the ocean. If you put the shark in the aquarium, it will grow up to the size of the aquarium. Similarly here, agar aapka product, like, you might have the top class management and everything, but ultimately aapka product size hi like the market share only is for the product only is very less, then how much can the company grow at the end of the day, right? Similarly here also, sari ka market jo bhi bolo, at the end of the day is so small, and it is shrinking day by day. It becomes very hard for companies companies like these to survive. On top of that, the competition over here, let's say if they were like one of the prominent brands and there was less competition and all, it is okay. But by itna competition hai ki yahan pe, ki like, there is nothing, it becomes very hard. The other thing is, let's see the outlook. If you see, right, like the entire H1 that is there for them has been a bit skewed. Okay, not going to deny. It has also been reflected in terms of their numbers also. The fact that the revenue grew only 6% on the top line, and the Chennai store is, God knows when it is going to be operational. That is number one thing. And the same store sales growth is -5%. All three are negatives here. Okay? And because of this, you're going to see the H2 ka growth also is not going to be that great. It is in spite of I think. Having we are going to have a great festive season. The H2 ka growth is supposed to be around, like, the entire year can grow in around single digit after H2. Okay? This is one thing, a single digit growth. The next thing is, like, if you look at the company's guidance for the next 2 years, they are also telling that they can grow around 15 to 20%. और आपको store expansion कितना था? 24% का growth rate था from the store expansion that is coming. So overall 15 to 20%, okay, decent. But having said that, like I highlighted, the fact that there is no SSG, the fact that the volume growth is a bit skewed is also a problem, because reiterating the fact that, like, jo bhi aage ka growth aa raha hai, it is only coming from store expansion. So the minute they stop the store expansion, the growth also stops over here. Okay? And the company is targeting probably a top line of around 2,000 crores by in the next 2 years, and a PAT of around 200 crores in the next 2 years. That is what they're targeting. And I think for FY23, agar aap dekhte ho, unka how do I put this? Inka total year ka revenue was around 1350 crores. Okay? And I think they're targeting around 2,000 crores for the next 2 years. After the end of 2 years, that is what they're targeting. So overall, one thing is, like, probably a great business, probably a great business. The vision is nice. You want to go from unorganized to organized sector. But having said that, there are few negatives. The market size is very small. The market size for the sari market is shrinking. The SSG isn't that great. And, even the guidance also is not that attractive. So overall, how would I tell you? It is in between. It is neither bad nor good. I think it is dependent on the investor, on what they choose. If they are okay with this kind of company, and they're okay with this kind of growth. Overall, a decent company. Nothing much to talk about. Nothing much to criticize about. Also, I think going forward in the next quarter, what we have to see, whether it is in Q3 and Q4 also, what we have to see is, how the top line will be. Another most important factor is to see if this SSG jo hai, if it will be positive or not, right? Like, it is -5%, at least hopefully it can go to the positive side. That is what we have to be looking for. Overall, that's all I had to tell about Sai Silks Kalamandir, which is a new company, new IPO. And yeah, whatever you have to do, make sure you're doing your own investment decisions. Nothing is a buy or sell repo. Like, I'm just doing my study and sharing it with y'all. And whatever you will have to do, you do your own due diligence before taking any decisions. Okay? And anyways, take care and bye-bye.